Hello students, welcome to the second lecture of Python for BCA third semester as per the syllabus of IK Gujral, Punjab Technical University Jalandhar. It is the second lesson of Unit 1 Part 1 Introduction to Python Programming Language, and the topics I am going to discuss today are major applications of Python, how to install Python, setting up of path and environment variables. First of all, what are the major applications of Python? These are the broader areas. You can add new areas to these areas. Number one is web and internet development. Number two is scientific and numeric Python. Number three is education. And number four is desktop graphical user interface. And number five is software development. And number six is business application. I will discuss about the different platforms for the application of web and internet development, then scientific and numeric Python, how Python is used inside education, in which way we can implement Python in our education system. Then the graphical user interface means how to design a particular page or designing content, maybe it's applicable in automation and robotics or any other area. Then software development, you can design the software with the help of Python by using which particular application or which particular module. I will discuss about that. Then the business applications inside business, how you can apply the various applications of Python. First one is the framework such as Django and Pyramid. These are the frameworks with the help of which we can develop our web page similar to your PHP and other languages. These are the by default, or some contents are there inside, or pages are there inside in Django and Pyramid, with the help of which you can design some applications. Let us check that. If I am searching for Django applications, or where we can use Django. Django can be used to build almost any type of website. Means web page can be developed from content management system and wikis through to social network and news site. It can work with any client side framework and can deliver content in almost any format, including HTML, RSS feed, then JavaScript object notation, then XML. XML stands for extensible markup language. What can be done using Django? Cloth online store with payment, interactive web map you can design, social networking app you can design, Pinterest clone, location based web applications, content management system, video chatting website. Many applications are there regarding Django. Similarly, for other frameworks like Pyramid, you can design the same content. You can also search for Django and Pyramid points of difference. You can take these content as assignment also. You can prepare one simple page for Django, maybe about introduction, and then the various applications of Django, what is the use of Django, and how can we implement Django platform using our project or inside our project. Second one is micro framework. In micro framework, Flask and Bottle, these are the contents available. You can search for that contents also. If I am searching for Flask software, this one is Flask. Web development one drop at a time. Welcome to Flask documentation. Get started with the installation and get an overview. There is also more detailed tutorial that shows how to create small but complete application with Flask. Common patterns are described in the patterns for Flask section. By the end of our this Python class, we will also discuss about these patterns one by one. But as far as the detail of our Python class is concerned, we have to complete first of all this one. Only then we will discuss about later on that what are these areas in detail. But presently we can say about this thing that micro frameworks such as Flask and Bottle, basically these are the contents for minor web development contents, and framework Django and Pyramid is for major areas, and also CMS system you can develop using Plone and Django CMS. You can also find out the points of difference between Django and Django CMS. Basically it's advanced format of Django. Then the protocols which we can use or which we can study also in Python library. HTML, we can implement HTML embedded page in Python. Then XML, extensible markup language. Then JavaScript, object notation, FTP and IMAP. Easy to use socket interface. Socket is basically for networking purposes. We can also use that. Now the second one, scientific and numeric Python. Python is widely used in scientific and numeric computing. Now what about scientific and numeric? Numeric is basically the advanced contents which are beyond basically your calculator. It's not just a calculator, but you can add on some new features of numeric Python. With the help of, it's also known as NumPy in your packages of Python. You can work on metrics. You can work on advanced feature of matrices. You can work on the extensible calculations. And what about SciPy? SciPy, with the help of SciPy, you can implement your scientific annotations. For example, the use of your sine, cos, and advanced functionality or calculation of some numericals in physics, you can apply SciPy contents. And later on we will also discuss about SciPy and NumPy. I will take one or two classes regarding to SciPy and NumPy. And what about the second one, that is Pandas? Pandas is basically for data analysis. If I am talking the present scenario is of COVID-19. You can collect the data and you can search on that particular, that which areas are required for your research, and you can apply Pandas techniques to check the future forecasting of this pandemic with the help of Pandas. And part C is IPython. IPython is basically a powerful interactive shell for programming. You can download IPython. Let us check that also. Suppose I am writing here IPython. It's interactive Python basically. IPython. This one, IPython. You can check here the detail. It's interactive computing basically. To make The web page is interactive. Presently 7.12.0. This version is released on January 31, 2020. And with the help of PyPy, you can use this. These are the contents. Python interactive shell, kernel for Jupyter. Inside Jupyter, you can execute. It's basically one project work, that is IPython or interactive Python. Designing purposes or graphical purposes, you can display the contents or display the data with the help of graphical contents using IPython. If I am talking in terms of education, the next application, maximum part of the Python are related to education. Whether we forecast the thing, whether I am using SciPy or I am using NumPy, maximum contents are there related to your education. It's an excellent platform for teaching programming to students. It's a wonderful platform. You can use this language anywhere. Easier comparative to other languages like C, C++, and Java. If you go deep into the language, and if I am talking in terms of C, C++, and Java, the code is too much complicated one. But in case of Python, the code is too much easier. You can easily understand the code, you can easily write the code, you can easily execute the code in any of the platforms of Python. It's helpful at both introductory and advanced level programming. Both the programming are easier. Now the fourth one is the tools like Matplotlib. If I am talking in terms of Panda, inside Panda I can apply Matplotlib also for designing purposes to show the various category of graphs. For example, if I have to represent the data in bar chart, I have to represent the data in pie chart, or 3D diagrams are required, or multiple diagrams are required on single page, then I can apply the tools of Matplotlib. Very helpful in drawing the data in different formats. For designing, Turtle is very helpful. Now, what is the meaning of Turtle? Turtle is basically the movement of cursor on the screen. As I move the cursor on the screen, then it will design the content. It's similar to your robotic arm. You can code that particular content. It's similar. I'm not saying it's same. It's similar to that one, but you can design the contents according to the movement of your cursor. Now the desktop graphical user interface, one is Kiwi, TK, that is graphical user interface library, and the next one is WX widgets. These are the three graphical user interface contents for designing purposes. To design a page, you can apply these contents. Suppose I am searching for WX widgets or Kiwi. You can check Kiwi here. Cross-platform Python, this one. Open source Python library for rapid development of applications that make use of innovative user interface, such as multi-touch application. You can design the contents. You can download here for Windows for different parts in Anaconda, Ubuntu. These different parts are these different operating systems are there. In Kiwi, business friendly, GPU accelerated, all the contents are there. You can go deep into the language as far as if you know about basically the Python language, basic knowledge of Python is required. After that, you can move into any of these areas for the application purposes. Similarly, you can work on WX widgets and TK. Now the software development, to develop a software, it's often used as a support language for software development, for building controls, managing and testing. Now what is the meaning of this? It's often used as support language. 100% of this language is not required in software development, but you can get support of the Python language. Then SCONS to build controls. This tool is required to build controls. BuildBot and Apache Gump for automated continuous compilation and testing. For compilation and testing, we can use BuildBot, Apache Gump, and SCONS to build controls, for example, button, text boxes, labels, combo box, all the contents, all the designing contents, whatever is required. Now, next one is business applications. It's also used to build ERP and e-commerce system. Odoo is all-in-one management software that offers a range of business applications. With the help of this software, you can design your ERP system. Let's check that one also. If I am talking about Odoo, there's open source ERP and CRM. This one. You can work on this system. Amazing software, amazing employees deserve. An app you need, boost your sales, integrate, all the contents are there inside. Try it for free. Or pricing is also there. Not 100% free, but you can try that content for free. And second one is Triton. Triton software. This one. You can also work on that. It's business software, modularity, scalability, and security for business. Try the demo. You can also work on this software. Financial accounting, sales, inventory and stock, analytic accounting, CRM, purchasing, shipping, manufacturing, supply chain, all the contents are there. You can work with these platforms and you can learn a lot. For the basic understanding of the applications for business applications, you can use these softwares for few days. And this one is the second part of our lecture, that is how to install Python. To install Python, we have to go to this site python.org and click here Python 3.8.5. After downloading, you can install Python. At that time, when I developed this presentation, 3.7.4 version of 64-bit is there, but it's quite possible that later version is also there on the screen. Maybe it's 3.8 or any else, because Python is continuously updating. Then it's the setup progress. When you start the setup, after the completion of successful installation, you will get this type of message: setup was successful. Then close. Then setting path and environment variables. Right click on my computer and click on properties. Then click on advanced system setting. Let's check this. Suppose I click here my computer, then properties, then advanced system setting, then environment variables. Here I have to add new. And what is the variable name? You have to write path here. And what about variable value? Now for that, after the installation, you will get one folder in C language named as Python 27. This one is the folder, and copy the path here and paste in variable value. I repeat again, variable name, path, then variable value. You have to paste the path where the Python is installed. Then click on OK. Then again click on OK. Then OK, like this. Then close this window. Now write a program. Suppose I write here print. Suppose I write sum of 3 and 4 is equal to then 3 plus 4, like this. Or you can write s is equal to 3 plus 4, and here I can write s, like this. Now save. You have to save the program. Suppose I write sum dot py. Then click on save. Then close. Now how to run this program? Open command prompt. Command prompt. Then cd backslash. Then you have to go to this path, cd python 27. Now what about this one, sum.py? You can check the program, sum.py. This one is the program. To run the program, you can write python sum.py. Now execute. Look at the output. Sum of 3 and 4 is 7. This one is the output. Suppose I execute this program. Program number 2, 2.py, hello students. Then I can write here python 2.py. You can see the output here, hello students. I think you understand this. Right click on my computer and click on properties. Click on advanced system setting. You can see this window. Then in advanced system setting, you have to click on environment variables. After clicking on environment variables, the screen is like this. Now you have to click on new. Then you have to write path. Then you have to select where Python is installed on your system. Then write this path here in variable value. Then click on OK and Python is installed. Python installation, application of Python, setting path and environment variables. Thanks for attending the lecture.